Hi, and welcome to Toni Time. Well, we have a wonderful show today. Women, you're going to learn a lot, and men too, because let's talk about age. Let's talk about Madison. My dog's here today. Let's talk about age. Let's talk about when you're 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 and you look in the mirror and go, no. Well, talk about vanity. I'm probably at the top of the list for vanity. But I found an amazing woman, South Portland, correct?
Correct.
South Portland, Purely Skin. And we're going to talk all about procedures and even what I've had done. And you're going to learn a lot. And you can always go in and see Michelle with a consultation. And she's amazing. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Toni. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to be here.
It is great to have you here.
Thank you.
I've wanted to do this for a while because I've wanted everybody to know you're here.
Thank you.
And the amazing work you've done.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You have. You really have.
Thank you.
So let's talk about, so people have a history, what brought you into this business?
My love of skincare. You know, everyone talks about being vain. Well, you know, I don't like to call it vain. I like to say trying to keep up with yourself, make yourself feel good. Growing up, I was the typical teenager. You start getting some hormones and getting a little acne. It got a little worse, so I had some acne scars. But most importantly, when I was 2 years old, my grandfather's dog had bitten me in the face with his bottom jaw here and his top jaw is in my hairline.
Wow.
And it didn't bother me until I became a teenager and you want to start dating and you see people's eyes going to the scar. And I started looking into what I could do to improve the scar. At the time, there wasn't much, so I used a lot of pancake makeup.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to hide it, and I just made it worse. You could see all that makeup. So as I got older, I had my babies and decided to go to esthetician school. And I got a job with a great doctor, Dr. Sabian, and he took me on, and then I became so in love with this business and trying to improve people's skin. I was now helping them with their acne scars and their trauma scars, and I also helped my own scar. I did a bunch of laser treatments that I still do today that improve my scars.
Your
It's called
skin is
laser
gorgeous.
genesis. Thank you. That stimulates new collagen.
Right.
And it was such an amazing feeling when my scar was improved. It's still there, but
I don't
I no
even
longer
see
look
it.
in the mirror and say, oh, there's my scar.
Right.
It doesn't bother me anymore. I was an introvert. I feel like I'm more of an extrovert now. And when I get people on my table and they tell me, oh, I try not to be so vain, but this really bothers me. I'm like, no, I won't dismiss them.
No.
No matter how little that issue is, I will never dismiss them, and I'll try to help them. And when I do, and they're happy, and some have tears, that makes my day. It makes my week, the years I've been in this business for 13 years, so I absolutely love it.
I mean, the smallest thing can change a person's confidence.
Absolutely.
It can change their life.
Absolutely, yes.
And Rachel,
Yes.
my niece,
Love her.
you know, she does social media. She does all of this. Rachel went in and videotaped Purely Skin, Michelle, Dottie, who does
Microblading.
microblading. And
My daughter Cassidy at the
Oh.
front desk.
her daughter Cassidy is here in the studio today. Hi, Cassidy.
Cassidy.
And just being in there and the love and the warmth and the support. And as Rachel was interviewing you, I mean, you got very emotional,
I did.
which is, it just shows your soul. It shows how much this means to you.
Yes.
So let's talk about, I have gone in. Dr. Sabian was, God, I went for him the first time to get a little bit of filler.
Yeah.
And he just impressed me so much. I remember seeing you You were kind of here, there, everywhere.
Running around the place.
Yeah. And then eventually Michelle bought the business, created it for so many avenues. Now you have a doctor coming in.
I do. Dr. Mark Ballantyne. He's an
Yeah.
expert injector, and he's wonderful.
Yes, he is.
Our philosophy is we do not want our patients walking out the door looking like they had something done.
Right.
It's them only better. I love the way he injects. He would rather under-inject a little than over-inject.
Yeah.
Come back for a tweak if you need it, which is rare because he does it right the first time.
Yeah, he does.
And all our patients absolutely love him. He has a huge following at Purely Skin.
Definitely. Now, let's explain to the audience a little bit about, I mean, they've heard about the Botox and the Juvederm, and explain a little bit of the difference between those two.
Well, with the Botox, you want to paralyze and freeze the muscle.
Yeah.
You're not actually filling in hollow areas. If you have some crow's feet, I just got mine done last Wednesday with him, and it's been close to a year actually. And not everyone's going to be the same. Initially, when you first have it, you're going to see them every 3.5, 4.5 months. The more you do it, the better. Muscle is memory. What we want to do is retrain that muscle. That muscle had that memory as you're growing up, scrunching, squinting, if you're not wearing sunglasses, and just normal facial expressions. So I want to try to retrain that muscle. And each time you do your Botox, now we want to start going the other way and retrain it to be more relaxed. So I go months out. I mean, I was due probably 3 months ago, but I was still happy. I like my lines, you know.
Yeah.
Lines are good. We don't want to get rid of all our lines. That's
No.
our life. You know, being happy or sad and just, you know, all our body movements, you know, it's the lines where we're sleeping, we're not wearing our sunscreen, things are getting a little bit deeper where, okay, let's soften those lines. They don't have to be so deep.
Right, right.
So
Now, the Botox, now, what's the difference, Juvederm versus Botox?
let's say a patient comes in and they're looking a little hollow, or they say, I'm flat, my cheeks are getting flat, and they want to have higher cheekbones and not have that flatter look. The Juvederm is beautiful for that.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So our fillers are meant to either fill a line or contour areas to have more shape and not look so flat, whereas the Botox is going to paralyze, freeze the muscle.
Okay.
So it will help with your 11s. That's what I usually have.
Okay.
2 lines versus the 1s, which
Yeah.
is 1 line. It also helps with my lines above my eyebrows. Helps do a little lid lift of your brows, and also underneath the eyes. Sometimes it's done on the lip as well for some lip lines.
Right.
When it comes to filling, that's where the Juvederm comes in. You need to fill something, any hollowed areas, or help with nasolabial folds. There's so many different areas you can use a filler. I got it on my chin a couple years ago, and he hasn't had to do it since. I've been very happy. So
It does last.
It does.
You know, I mean, some people have a myth that you have to do it like every couple months, and you don't.
no.
You could go a year. With the filler, it's about a year.
Yeah, some can last a year, even longer.
Yeah. So it's an investment, I look at it as. That when you look in the mirror, you feel good about yourself. You're taking
Absolutely.
care of yourself.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.
No. And, you know, a lot of people, I mean, you know, if people don't want to do it, they don't have to.
Exactly.
But let's get over to your different areas. Now, say if somebody was in their 30s,
Okay.
what would you recommend for them?
Well, it depends on what I see. During a free consultation, I like to look at their skin, not just one-on-one like this, your normal distance from somebody. I can usually tell what areas we need to improve upon, but then I get them on my table. I get my magnifier on them. I like to take their makeup off. If they come in with makeup, I take it off. I really like to see what's going on. Usually early 30s, you know, if they were tanning, a tanning bed, or not being sunscreen savvy growing up, I'm starting to see signs of aging with some hyperpigmentation, some brown spots. starting to get some lines, which, I tell people it's not too early then to start Botox. When I got a job there, I was 32, 33. I'm glad I started early because when they start early, again, we're going to retrain those muscles.
Right.
So if I'm seeing some lines, the 11s or anywhere else, I usually like to have them go see Dr. Ballantyne for a consultation on usually Botox to start. And I also like to put them on a good quality skincare line. That's huge.
That is a huge thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obagi has a beautiful line for somebody early 30s.
Yeah.
I really love their vitamin C line for that. If things are just starting out for them, the minor brown spots and the fine lines, I like the vitamin C. If they're getting a little bit older, if I'm seeing more than the fine lines and the brown spots are quite dark, we have another system through Obagi. It's the New Derm system. I may put them on that with some Retin-A. Yes. Also, I recommend my laser genesis if I'm starting to see fine lines, larger pore patterns. It helps with skin texture. At that point, early 30s, later 30s, definitely starting to see some texture changes. Want to stimulate some new collagen again. Also, some redness. Us Mainers, we usually have more red in our skin.
Yeah.
It's not so much rosacea, but they're coming in with some red skin, some broken capillaries. Laser genesis can help with that as well. And again, acne scars, trauma scars, definitely help stimulate some new collagen. I do recommend a series. I usually recommend 4 to 6 treatments, 2 to 3 weeks apart.
Yeah.
And once they do a series with me, I say, if you keep up with your skin, stay on a good quality skincare line, please come see me at least once a year. Some people who do have rosacea and other skin issues, I'll see them 3 months, 6 months, some are 9. I call it finding your magic number. You know how long you can go until you need another laser treatment. So my patients have been seeing me for 13 years now. The same ones having laser genesis, the series initially. They're doing a great job keeping up with their skin. They come see me, like I said, at least once a year.
Right.
My brown spot patients, if I see some brown spots, I do an IPL on them, intense pulse light. And that light is attracted to that extra melanin in your skin. At some point, your melanin was overactive. You're going to pull that melanin together, and that's what forms the brown spot. Well, the light from my IPL is attracted to that extra melanin that shouldn't be there. It really does help break that up. Again, that's a series as well. And according to who I see, it could be 3 treatments or it could be 5 or 6 treatments. I like to space those a month apart. Best late fall, winter, should be out of the sun. So very popular.
Yeah.
That will be coming up soon.
Now tell me, you know what my curiosity is like different nationalities. The Irish, they get a lot of freckles.
Yes, yes.
And that's kind of within the family of the Irish.
Absolutely. A lot of redness in the skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Italians usually have very tough skin.
Yes.
But do you notice that within your treatment with different nationalities?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's very typical.
When I had a nose job 10 years ago.
Just beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. No one knew I did. They just kept saying something different about you, which was perfect.
See, and it's a good nose job when people don't notice.
And the doctor did say, he said, because you're dark-haired and dark-complected, you will heal much better, much quicker
Yes.
than somebody with fair hair.
Yes.
They bruise more. The skin is thinner, I guess.
Yes.
Not that it's a bad thing, but
Right.
you just need to be aware of it when you're having a procedure done.
Absolutely. Yes.
So do you find that within your...
Oh, definitely. My thinner skin patients can bruise, especially with myotherapy treatments. It's very rare to bruise without therapy, but it happens. I typically, during a consultation, I can tell if they may or may not bruise. And during the consultation, I like to see what they're eating, their diet. There's certain things that they eat that could thin the blood and increase the likelihood of bruising. And if they're older and I'm feeling their skin, I can see what's underneath more, translucent. I have them go on some arnica. It does help prevent some bruising. I tell them, may not help prevent all, but may help prevent some of that. And most of the time they walk out and there's no bruise. But it's nice to go off things in your diet that could increase the likelihood of bruising.
And that's very important, your diet.
Yes.
Even before you go in, just to talk, because I know when we had our consultation, that was a good hour.
Yes.
And we went through all the steps and all the levels. The arnica,
Yep.
I went right out and bought, and I think that did help with bruising.
Yes.
And there was something,
You
the
look
cream.
great, by the way.
Thank you. The cream for the bruising was great. But, you know, let's tell the audience what we did,
Yes.
which is ultra therapy.
All therapy.
All therapy. Okay, so you explain it.
All therapy is another one of my favorite treatments to do besides laser genesis. Christy Brinkley, she's had multiple treatments. We love her. She's our spokeswoman. She's my idol. I feel she looks so beautiful and natural without surgery. A lot of stars are on board with all therapy now because it's a natural way to lift and tighten the skin again without cutting your skin.
Yeah.
Well, therapy is focused ultrasound energy. And what's great about it is I can look at a screen and see all of the different layers of your skin. I have multiple transducers. Transducers, I like to say, cartridges, little hand pieces. I place it on. It's another hand piece. One of those transducers delivers ultrasound energy 4.5 millimeters down your skin to the bottom of your dermis, just about almost where a plastic surgeon would go. What I'm doing is I am creating focused wounds, it's done by the microscopic. I like to say they're microscopic wounds from the therapy, I'm trying to think of my words now, the coagulation points, I like to say. When I press my handpiece, ultrasound energy comes out of the handpiece. When they connect, it creates that coagulation point or microscopic wound, which is delivered 4.5 millimeters down into your skin. I'm placing hundreds down there. Then I change that cartridge and it's going 3 millimeters down into your skin. I can change it again, and usually the last hand pieces around your mouth, it's 1.5 millimeters down into your skin. So what I'm doing is I'm tricking your skin into repair. Your body's sensing all those microscopic wounds down there. So something's happening. I need to repair those wounds. And that's what's going to help stimulate new collagen over time. 6 months out, 9 months, even new studies are showing a year out after your all therapy treatment, stimulating new collagen. You do get this initial tightening right away. I like to say it's kind of like a raw hamburger patty on a hot grill. What's happening to that raw hamburger patty? It shrinks up a little bit. Or Spanx for your body, you're putting on some Spanx and it's tightening up the skin. So the longer you give it, especially with you, just fresh from your all therapy.
Only what, 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
There's no downtime.
No downtime. And each month that goes by, you'll see more and more.
Oh, it was amazing. I had decided that we needed to talk about it, and I was seeing things in the mirror that I thought, it's too soon, not making me feel good. I do so many other things, and I help a lot of other people, and I'm thinking, this would mean more to me personally if I had this done. And so we went in, and Michelle's right. You lay in the chair, and you can see on the screen your collagen. What you describe, there's no pain. There's a tingling, but you never have pain. And, it took us, an hour and a half?
About an hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah. And she did the neck, and she did the face, and up in here. Rachel said that day, she was looking at me, and she goes, whoa. And that was, very little.
Right.
And as each week has gone by, there's been a big difference. And my skin looks healthier.
It does. You have a nice glow to your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, your jawline looks cleaner.
Oh, much cleaner here.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
And it'll get better and better.
Yeah. So, it's an investment. And it's one of those things that just makes you feel so much better.
It does.
And it's safe.
Very safe.
Very safe, no downtime. When you have someone like Michelle who's talking to you and she's studying it, it's going to be perfect.
Thank you.
I mean, I was so comfortable.
I'm glad.
I was so relaxed. And after it was over, I really kind of wanted to go out and celebrate. But, the anticipation of coming in and all of that was like, wow. So, this has been, think about it, investigate.
Yep.
Your website for people to watch the videos will be at the end of the show.
Yes.
And you really need to go in there. Rachel videotaped everything you're going to see on there. But you're going to see the shop. You're going to see Michelle doing an example of what we're talking about today. And it's amazing. Her staff, they are so sweet.
I love them.
They are so sweet. They're so supportive. It's like a little family when you walk in.
Yeah.
Dottie is like, Madison, no.
Oh, you want to speak.
No, you don't need that. She wants my water.
Oh.
Anyway, but I would say definitely big change.
Yeah.
So now what other things do you offer?
I offer typical facials, but mine aren't typical. I like to do my facials using a silk peel dermal infusion treatment.
And what is
So
that?
what that is you've heard of microdermabrasion? Yeah. I used to do microdermabrasion for eons. It uses aluminum oxide crystals to get rid of the outer layer of dead skin. We all just don't see it.
Right.
But now, instead of using aluminum oxide crystals, it uses little diamond tips. Everyone has a special tip for their skin type. Some for sensitive skin I get a guy on my table, really thick, oily skin, or a woman, and the diamond tip is just a little bit more abrasive. What we do is take off that outer layer of dead skin, and it has a vacuum suction at the same time. Everyone loves this part. Everyone loves Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, yes.
Well, this just pulls everything right out. And at the same time, a serum of our choice gets infused deep down into the skin at the same time. So you're glowing. So we're going to hydrate you and brighten. We're going to remove the blackheads, the dead skin, and any milia that doesn't come off. Those are those little white pearly balls under the skin that people can't get rid of unless they get them extracted from their doctor or nurse or esthetician. If they're superficial, it can even take those off, but I usually extract those. I lance them with a little needle. After a dermal infusion, I like to do a laser genesis, and that's my glow treatment.
Right.
I do the dermal infusion, and we can laser skin right on top of that, which is beautiful.
Now,
and that's what I
did
gave
to
Rachel. Yes.
When she came home, her skin looked like 3 shades lighter.
Yeah, she looked great.
And her pores were like empty, clear. Yeah. It looked great.
Yeah.
My God. So now for that, can it be any age that can come in for that?
Any age. I typically start, my clients start from age 12 up.
Yeah.
They're starting to get some acne. There's a clarity serum in there, beautiful for teenage acne or adult acne. Some salicylic acid in there. I have some in my 90s coming in.
Great.
So really any age.
What about men? Let's talk about you men out there.
Men, don't be afraid of some Botox.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
See, you used your camera.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to, but you guys come on in. My husband loves it. Any chance I can get to have my husband come in and do something, he will.
Yeah.
Some men are a little nervous about coming in, and I understand that. Like, oh, I don't want to do that. But it's okay. You don't have to live with those facial veins and the redness and the larger pores.
Yeah.
You don't. I can help you.
Right.
Yeah.
So your clientele of men, I'm sure after the first time, they are like seeing the difference and they're going to keep it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a great little story. I have one man, I won't give out his name. A couple years ago when we were looking at shutting down the former business, and I'm wondering what I'm going to do. It was a tough decision for me where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this business. I just wanted to keep doing what I do. And he asked me, he came in for a treatment. He asked me, Michelle, what are you going to do? And I said, I really don't know. I have a couple of ideas, but I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. He goes, you listen to me. No one else is going to touch my face. I'm going to make some phone calls, and I want you to meet a couple of people that will help you with some of your decisions. Because he was so grateful for me helping him. And I will never forget that.
No.
Nor will he. I just saw him last week, and he still looks great. He's a little touch-up, so he's coming in. So, the men that can see a difference in their skin, they're grateful. They come back.
Yeah.
And the word spreads.
It does. That's the best advertising.
Yes, and this particular man has sent a half dozen more to me, so I'm really grateful. So I hope the guys out there will come on in as well and treat themselves.
Well, I must say, because I videotape all the Consul meetings in Biddeford, so I have all the Consul members up there, and I've got the camera. And I must say, guys, I do go in close, and I do look at your skin. And I'm thinking, a few of them could use Michelle. Now, of course, hopefully they'll watch the show and say, well, is that me? Who is that? But no, there are some men who just a little bit of a tweak would make a world of difference.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
So now that we've talked about all the different things that you do, the product line is amazing.
Yes.
Tell us something about your product lines.
We carry elastin, which uses very powerful peptides, called Trihex technology.
What's peptides?
Peptides is it's proteins, and that's going to help stimulate collagen.
Okay.
And I like to use this analogy, with skin, it's like an old garden. Sometimes we need to clear the path, all those old vegetables that had grown from the previous summer.
Right.
And those are all dead tomato plants. And we need to hold that garden to plant the new seeds. Your skin's the same way. Over time, our collagen can just bundle up. And we need to create clear pathways for our skin again. And the Trihex technology helps clear those pathways, helps give you a nice thicker epidermis and stimulate some new elastin in there. So our patients do notice within a few weeks a difference in their skin. Years past, I would never say, you're going to notice in 3 ways. Take a selfie in your car. Like that nice lighting.
Yeah.
Take a selfie in your car.
Right.
Try this elastin for 3 weeks. Get back in that car and take another selfie. And they all notice, but they feel it, and they can see it. Yeah. We also have the Obagi, like I said earlier. If sometimes I like to say, I like to erase the chalkboard and start clean.
Yeah.
Let's have you go on the Obagi Neuterm system with a Retin-A. I have different strengths. If I'm seeing the deeper lines, some darker brown spots, I like to put them on the Obagi line. You will do some peeling initially with it, and that's okay. Let's get rid of some old dead skin. Let the products work. It uses 4% hydroquinone to help with the brown spots. We also have some hydroquinone-free alternatives as well. And if, like I said earlier, if you're younger, you don't have too much going on. I like the vitamin C line that Obagi has. And they also have an acne line, too. If someone has some acne, I'll put them on the acne line.
I always heard that skin cannot absorb vitamins. Is that true?
No, it can. But it has a hard time absorbing vitamins if it's going to fight its way through so many layers of dead skin. The Bagi line has vitamin C. One of my personal favorites is their vitamin C oil that I use. For normal to oily skin, I still tend to have some breakouts. And vitamin C is wonderful for your skin if you need some brightening.
Okay, great. Now, did you not mention you're going to start making your own skincare line?
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Yes, my daughter and I went to London last summer, and we went to a wonderful school that taught us how to make our own skincare line from start to finish. There is no baggie you open and mix it with water, and they're teaching you from start to finish your very own. We were like little chemists that week. I had a great time with her, but we made so many beautiful products. At the time, I didn't realize, and I wasn't even thinking, that I made just bottles and bottles, and so didn't she, of all these products. We couldn't bring them home.
Oh, no.
So we put them all in little bottles, brought some home, but the company was fabulous and shipped all our products back to the States for us, which I still have. I made one of them to start. It was a hydrating rose face mist that all my patients fell in love with. I'm in the process of making more, but I have a beautiful body scrub I've made, and different body butters, facial moisturizer, facial cleansers, after sun gels. So
wonderful.
It's to come. So in my spare time,
whenever you have that,
right, I'll be making more.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the fact that your years in history within the industry, you're studying, you're knowing, and then to go and do that. I mean, you really know what skincare is about.
Absolutely.
And it's very important. I mean, I believe in good creams and makeup base.
Yes.
And powder.
Yeah.
Those I will spend money on.
Good under eye concealer.
Yeah, good under eye concealer. That's really important.
Yes.
Other than that, your eyeshadow, your mascara, I still think you can pick it up at Walmart.
Absolutely.
But those things that are sitting on your skin all day, I think that's really important.
Yes, and make sure you take it off at the end of your day.
Yeah.
Let your skin breathe. Nighttime is when your skin is repairing. Best time to add your nighttime moisturizers.
Yeah.
And if anyone out there is over the age of 30, I say, try please to get on a retinol or Retin-A. I mean, my young 20s, sometimes, especially if you're suffering from some acne, never too early to start. They'll get that anti-aging benefit while also helping with their acne as well. So take your makeup off at the end of the day and make sure you moisturize well with a good eye cream.
With a good eye cream.
With a really good eye cream.
Definitely.
Elastin's eye cream.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Bagi's Elastiderm. They're fabulous.
Well, I bought all that. It was like, okay, I'm going to do this much work and have this done. You need to have all the ingredients to feed your skin. And I mean, even today, my skin feels more alive and tingling, which I didn't feel before.
Yeah.
It's like underneath here, it's very busy.
It's very busy.
It's very busy under here. I should have a sign up.
You have a nice glow to your skin, Toni. It looks
Well,
good.
thanks to you.
And in about 5-6 months, we'll be taking an after photo.
Great.
And it'll be exciting to see.
I will be in probably in another week or so.
Good. For the glow treatment.
For the glow treatment.
Absolutely.
So, as a side note here, let's talk family. Your husband
Yes.
apparently is amazing.
He is. He's fabulous.
He's very supportive.
He helped me so much during the whole transition phase and became my manager of different things I couldn't get to and setting up Purely Skin. We shut the former practice down only for 10 days.
Wow.
And my husband went down on the floors while my mom and I painted all the walls, and my stepdad helped Joe with the flooring. We almost gutted the place, and it looks beautiful.
It looks great.
It looks so beautiful. I wanted a sense of calm. Yeah. I wanted a place to be a place where people could feel at ease and comfortable and not be in a stuffy medical setting. Because some procedures you can be a little nervous about ahead of time until I get you on my table, and you know, I try to keep everyone calm and relaxed. But I feel like the environment is very, very nice. Popular, and everyone comments about the color scheme,
Oh,
how
the color
calming
scheme
it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important to have a great color palette in your place, and
very important.
Yes,
Psychologically, visually, very important.
Yeah. So it's the number one thing we get is, well, I love your colors in here. So yeah, but Joe, he was absolutely amazing. My whole family was very supportive, and Cassidy,
Cassidy has been.
Couldn't do this without her as well. She's helped so much in the past, and still to this day. All those beautiful Instagram posts, everyone, that's Cassidy.
Yeah.
And the support when I was setting up the shop, she's right there with me as well.
Yeah.
My best friend, Dottie, my microblading artist, and she's also at the front desk. She was right there with me, setting up and painting. And the night before opening, we're still shopping for furniture, the front desk and the sofa and everything else. And
together.
Former employee Jen Vos, she was with me every step of the way as well. My secretary, and all my friends and family.
Yeah.
So
your mom's amazing.
kudos to everybody.
Yeah. I mean, your mom was great that day.
Oh yeah.
She's so proud of you. Now, is Cassidy the only child?
Well, I have 3 boys. Yeah, Cass has 3 older brothers, and I have a grandson, August Michael. So Joseph is my oldest, Brandon and Shane.
Okay.
Cass, the youngest, and August Michael, he's 2, almost 2.5, and Brandon, my second oldest, and his wife Taylor are expecting early of 2020 a little girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're so
excited. Oh my
excited.
God, Steve, flash the camera on Cassidy. Don't do
yes,
that.
Yes, please do that.
Yeah, I just saw Steve get up and let's see which camera is going. I'm looking, I'm watching.
No, I wouldn't do that to her.
Oh, you lie. But no, I mean, your whole family has been so supportive.
They have. I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky.
And you know, it's just that healthy environment mentally when you walk in there. And it's all about you, Michelle. The business is you. You know that.
Thank you.
It's your confidence. It's your belief. It's your compassion.
Thank you.
I mean, your compassion goes without saying. And this is what is really building your business. And hopefully this show today can let everybody at this end of Maine be aware that you're there to help. And you're there to explain things to people that might be bothering you for years. Mm-hmm. Talk to Michelle about it. You know, find out. And at the end of the show, there's Michelle's phone number, website, Facebook, everything. Go in, investigate. I would not have Michelle on my show if I didn't believe in her. And you guys know that. You know, I'm not this... I'm a New Yorker. You know, I'm not going to blow wind up your skirt. So, you know, I believe in her, and I believe in everything that she does. So please, make a phone call, go in, visit. And are there any encouraging wisdom words you want to leave with your audience today?
Well, I just want to tell everybody, I promise if you do come in, I treat everyone as if it's me on that table. Yeah. I've always felt that in 13 years that... You know, it can be a lot of money, some procedures, or not. You know, we have different procedures for everybody. But I make pretend that's me lying there, spending that money, taking that time, and that's my skin there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I can run over 15, 20 minutes, but that person out there waiting knows what I'm doing. Yeah. That I saw some extra stuff I wanted to take care of, and that I'm going to make up that time. Yeah. So I just want everybody to know I truly do care, and I want to help you.
That's for sure. Mm-hmm. So, Michelle, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me, Toni.
It has been so great to let the audience know, educate the audience of what's available to them. And someone with your compassion and talent is just a real find.
Thank you.
So you know that. You know I adore you.
And I adore you, Toni.
And Rachel
And I
adores
can't wait
you.
for you to come in next week.
Yeah, I'll be in next week.
And I have some new things to come, too.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So that just means we have to do another show to promote it.
That's
all.
right.
Go figure.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about my True Sculpt next time.
Oh, True Sculpt?
Yes.
Well, what is it?
Everyone's heard of cool sculpting,
Yeah.
which is great. It works. My medical director, Dr. Valentine, has it as practice. It's wonderful.
Okay.
I bought a different version of that. It's True Sculpt is radio frequency to destroy fat cells, and it helps tighten up the skin as the fat cells are being destroyed. And,
Wow.
it's 1 to 2 treatments,
Yeah.
12 weeks apart. If somebody has those extra little love handles, you
Yeah.
could diet and exercise all you want, and you just can't get rid of that stubborn fat, the little stomach pooch on the flanks, the little love handles. Even helps with some inner knee fat, inner thighs, under the arms. People love it. It's an average of 24% fat loss while tightening up the skin.
Wow.
If you need a little more beyond that, 12 weeks later, we can do it again. So we have all kinds of good stuff at the office I didn't talk about. We'll have to do another show.
Oh, we have to do another show. This is under. Oh, before I forget, with Rachel.
Yes.
You did under her arms to get rid of the hair.
Yes.
It
Laser
works.
hair removal.
It works.
Excellent. That's just one treatment.
I know.
Yeah.
In fact, last night we were watching The Housewives of Somewhere, and all of a sudden she went, "Look
Love it.
Look what Michelle did."
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, no, we have to do another show.
Oh, definitely.
So I want to thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And we'll schedule another show, and we're going to move forward.
Sounds good.
And with everybody who watched the show today, I hope you learned some things. And if there's any confusion or you have questions, call Michelle. Call the office. They are more than happy to answer your questions, for sure. So I want to thank you for watching. We'll be back with you. Michelle will do another show in the future. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.